5 more, Jim. I'm Mark Brauweiler, and I am Ambrosian. 3, 2. It was always Ambrose all the time for me, and I don't see that changing.
The day before the event, you build my
I always knew I wanted to be involved, but I had no idea how involved I could be. And my freshman year RA kind of forced me to go to a Student Alumni Association meeting, and then from there just kind of snowballed, and I couldn't get enough of anything and everything that I could get my hands on. I have my 2 degrees in kinesiology, and then outside of classes, I was president of Student Alumni Association for 2 years. I was the president of Dance Marathon, the first full-length dance marathon last year, and the fundraising coordinator for the first preview event 2 years ago for Dance Marathon. I was a work study in the athletic training department. I was, and still am, involved in campus ministry as a lecturer, a Eucharistic minister, doing intramural sports. I still help out with the alumni stuff for Dance Marathon this year, a bit of training and stuff on the side for personal training since that was my degree in undergrad. When I was a senior and a junior and looking at schools to go to, I was a small Catholic high school, and I wanted to get out and experience college, but I didn't want to lose that kind of familial feeling that a small Catholic school presented, and when I came and visited Ambrose, it was game over for me. I've always been in a Catholic school. I've grown up Catholic, and so Catholicism is something that I do identify very closely with, and something I wanted to stay strong in and grow in my faith when I got here. And so campus ministry was a really cool way for me to do that. It's completely student run. I can listen to Father Chuck because his homilies are always centered around college students. He cares enough that he understands what we're going through and what's meaningful to us. And then, you know, he's always the first one to shake your hand or give you a hug after Mass or before Mass. For Kinesiology Club, my junior year, I was the fundraising coordinator. And one of our initiatives at the very beginning of the year was we wanted to do more in the community. We must have had a dozen ideas that we had in the works. And then at one of our meetings, the president and vice president of the Kinesiology Club had said, what about this dance marathon thing? Why don't we give this a shot? At one of our first meetings, I told the rest of the executive board and I said, okay, my private goal for us is $25,000. And I think I saw, you know, all of them just look at me bug eyes and kind of like, are you crazy? And of course I was, but we kept going with it. And before we knew it, we had 300 dancers by the time Christmas rolled around, and then we had 432 at our event. And then when the numbers flew up and it was almost $48,000, we were blown away. I think it was something about being Ambrosian that drove them to be as passionate as they were. The first day I stepped into this building for classes, every single one of my professors and all of the staff, the ladies that are in the office, every single one of them knew my name and could tell you something about me. That community atmosphere wasn't just an undergrad ploy to get you to come to Ambrose. It stayed all throughout my 4 years in undergrad, and it was a big reason why I decided to stay at Ambrose for my DPT degree. We start right away with hands-on experience. I mean, at the end of our very first semester, we have a 2-week clinical already. They treat you like colleagues, and so it's not so much a here's the answer, it's let's work through this together, let's figure out why this is. I think college is a very selfish time, or can be a very selfish time, that when you get here, it's I need to get my degree, I need to get my leg up, and I need to get a good job for myself. And I think after being at Ambrose for not very long, I learned that that's not fun. You know, there's no fun in that. The fun is making friends, getting involved, helping other people. And I think that's the way, and the best way to describe an Ambrosian is somebody who gets out there and they do whatever they can, not just for themselves, but for a whole lot of other people too.